House Arryn derives from the oldest and purest line of Andal nobility. The Andal kings can proudly trace their lineage back to Andalos itself, and some of them have gone so far as to claim descent from Hugo of the Hill. In any discussion of the origin of House Arryn, however, it is critical to distinguish between history and legend. Such is the case with other old great houses of Westeros. The Arryn sigil is a sky blue falcon soaring upwards, outlined against the white moon on a sky blue field, and their words are as high as honour. The Arryns of the Eyrie have a collection of distant relatives located throughout the Vale. Although they are much poorer than the ruling Arryns, aside from the Arryns of Goldtown, these lesser branches are described by Peter Baelish as proud due to their name and heritage. There is substantial historical evidence for the existence of Sir Arthas Arryn, the Falcon Knight, the first Arryn king to rule over the mountain and the Vale. His victory over Robar II at the Battle of the Seven Stars is well attested to, even though the details of that victory might have been somewhat embroiled in centuries that followed. King Arthas was undoubtedly a real man, albeit an extraordinary one, supported by countless Andal and First Men sources. In the Vale, the deeds of this real historical person have become utterly confused with those of his legendary namesake, another Arthas Arryn, who lived many thousands of years earlier during the Age of Heroes, and remembered in song as the story of the Winged Knight. The first Sir Arthas Arryn supposedly rode upon a huge falcon, possibly a distorted memory from a dragon rider seen from afar. Some maesters of the Citadel have put forward. Armies of eagles fought at his command to win the Vale. He flew to the top of the giant's lance and slew the Griffin King. He counted the giants and merlins among his friends, and wed a woman of the children of the forest, though she died giving birth to his son. 100 other tales are told of him. Most of them are just as fanciful. It is highly unlikely that such a man ever even existed. Like Lan the Clever in the Westerland and Brandon the Builder in the North, the Winged Knight is made of legend, not flesh and blood, and is likely an amalgamation of several historical people. If such a hero ever walked the mountains of the Vale, far back in the dim mists of the Dawn Age, his name was certainly not Arthas Arryn. The Arryns came from pure Andal stock, and the Winged Knight lived and flew and fought many thousands of years before the first Andals came to Westeros. Like as not, it was the singers of the Vale who conflated these two figures, attributing the deeds of the legendary Winged Knight to the historical Falcon Knight, perhaps in order to curry favour with the real Arthas Arryn's successors, by placing these great heroes of the First Men among their forebearers. The true tale of House Arryn contains neither giants nor griffins, nor huge falcons, yet from the day Sir Arthas first donned the falcon crown, they have rightly held a storied place in the histories of the Seven Kingdoms. Since the days of Aegon the Conqueror, the Lords of the Eyrie have served the Iron Throne as Wardens of the East, and defended the coast of Westeros against enemies from beyond the sea. Before that, the chronicles tell of countless battles with the savage mountain clans, the 1,000-year struggle with the North over the Three Sisters, bloody sea battles wherein the Arryn fleet turned back slavers from Volantis, ironborn reavers and pirates from the Stepstones and Basilisk Isles. The Starks may well be older, but their legends came before the First Men had letters, so their histories can be muddy and fractured, while the Arryns fostered learning amongst their septries and septs, and their good works and great deeds were soon chronicled and remarked on in the devotional works of the faith. With the unification of the Seven Kingdoms under Aegon and the establishment of the boy Ronald Arryn, the king who flew as the first Lord of the Eyrie, there were new opportunities for the house. It was no great surprise when Queen Rhaenys Targaryen arranged a betrothal of young Sir Ronald to the daughter of Torrhen Stark, for that was one of the many marriages she made in the name of peace. Sadly, Lord Ronald died a violent death at the hands of his brother, Jonas the Kinslayer. The Arryn line continued through a kinsman, and has remained deeply involved in many of the great matters of the Seven Kingdoms. House Arryn can even boast the rare distinction of twice being deemed worthy of marriage with the blood of the dragon. Roderick Arryn, Lord of the Eyrie, was honoured by King Jaehaerys I and his wife, the good Queen Alysanne, with the hand of their daughter, Princess Daela, and a child of that union, Lady Emma Arryn, in turn became the first wife of King Viserys I, and mother to his firstborn child, Princess Rhaenyra, who contended with her half-brother, Aegon II, of the Iron Throne during the Dance of the Dragons. In that struggle, Jane Arryn, Lady of the Eyrie, and Maiden of the Vale, proved a staunch friend of Rhaenyra Targaryen and her sons, ultimately serving as one of the regents for King Aegon III. From that day, every Targaryen to sit the Iron Throne had a bit of Arryn blood in them. The Arryns played their part in the Wars of Targaryen kings, and in the Blackfire rebellions, standing staunchly with the Iron Throne against the Blackfire pretenders. During the first Blackfire rebellion, Lord Donald Arryn boldly led the vanguard of the royal host, though his line was shattered by Daemon Blackfyre, in peril for his life until Sir Gawain Corbury of the Kingsguard appeared with reinforcements. Lord Arryn survived to fight another day, and years later shut the Vale to traffic from the high road and sea when the Great Spring Sickness swept over the Seven Kingdoms. Thus the Vale and Dawn were alone unaffected by these terrible plagues. In more recent years, the importance of the role played by Lord Jon Arryn in Robert's rebellion can't be gainsaid. Indeed, it was Lord Jon's refusal to deliver the heads of his wards Eddard Stark and Robert Baratheon that began the rebellion. If Jon Arryn had done what he was commanded, the Mad King, Aerys Targaryen, yet might sit the Iron Throne. Despite his advanced years, Lord Arryn fought valiantly beside Robert on the Trident. After the war, the new king proved his wisdom when he made Lord Jon Arryn his first hand. His lordship's agency helped King Robert rule the Seven Kingdoms wisely and justly.